Well, good evening and welcome back to the Raymond Eagleshall Technical Center. And when I was told Kicks had a team, I thought they had a full team. Turns out they barely have a team. 8 players to start off with. And we would hope that it's more, but all they have is 8 right now. And for a rivalry that goes that extends this deep into the annals of history, this is certainly not the way you would want to come into a game like this. A game of this magnitude, a game with all of the hype surrounding it, all of the intensity, the history around it. You wouldn't want to come into a game like this, even a man down, much less 3 players down.
Well, certainly, Doc, you probably can loan. Probably can loan out a few players.
I was speaking to someone a bit earlier, and
Make
they
sure
said
you get some money for them.
they said they have some boots in the car if Kicks wanted players.
Yeah.
But the 2 lineups for today reads for the Kicks United. They will have Simon Anthony Jr., the number 12. Anthony Arias, the number 25. Coming back for them today is Varian Carty. He's wearing the number 9. Javon Duncan is the number 7. Antoine Fleming is wearing the number 18. Khalifa Francis is the number 13. Lawrence is in goal. And they have their 2 stalwarts in Reuven Richardson and the Glenville Rogers. There's no space for Pogba. No Pogba today. No Craig Emmanuel. None of Delaney or DeForest Francis. So they're either a number of key pieces out for them. While for the Roaring Lions, it will be the man in Kareem Burris in goal. They have Jaden Abbott, the number 5. Capel Baptiste, the captain, wearing the number 9. Kaine Brooks Bell is the number 7. Marvin Erskine is the number 22. Tyreek Lake is wearing the number 32. Keon Lee has the number 3. Keanu Richardson back into the starting lineup once again, the number 19. Kadeem Rogers is the number 27, and Oliver Walker is the number 11. It will be interesting to see who plays where because there is no Tafari Smith available for them today, usually playing at center back. So we'll have to see who Marvin's new partner is because there's no Keon Woodley either available. Usually plays at left back as well as their right back in Mighty. He's also not available. So it looks like it may be Kaine Brooks Bell who's playing at center back with Marvin Erskine. I think maybe is that. Trying to see who their right back is. It looks like it's Kieran Warner. The number 20 is playing at right back. He wasn't in the initial starting lineup. And it looks like Keon Lee has gone back to left back. Usually plays in midfield for the Lions. So it's going to be that aforementioned back 4 with, it looks like Keanu Richardson sitting, Tyreek Lake, those 2 at CDM, and then Capel Baptiste playing as more of an attacking midfielder with Jaden Abbott seemingly playing off the right-hand side. Kadeem Rogers off the left and Oliver Walker through the middle.
Yeah, certainly. And good to see the young man in Varian. He has been in the U.S. Going to school and maybe playing a little bit of football there. So I would certainly look to see what he would have brought to the table as well. And like I think I just see Javon. Is Javon his name is? Who played for Spartans?
Yes, Javon Lloyd. He is back on Ireland as well. He'll be coming into the Spartans team as the season progresses.
Yes.
A number of players coming back from overseas. We saw earlier both Maisha Manette and Collier Johnson came back from overseas, as well as Adriana Connor. They've all been here for the start of the female league. Now we're seeing Varian, he's coming back. Javon Lloyd is back. And looks like the man Jermaine Hughes is back on Ireland as well.
Yes. So it's be interesting to see how the Roaring Lions deal with the this Kicks team playing certainly a couple players short. We know from time when a team usually plays a man down, they usually tends to play a lot better than the team with um, the number of players. Whether that we'll see that with Kicks, um, we just have to wait and see.
Still trying to fully determine this Kicks United setup. It looks like, from what I can see, Marvin is playing at not Marvin, sorry, Reuven is playing at the back with Khalifa Francis, and
Is that Antoine?
looks like Antoine. Then Javon, Duncan, and Varian seemingly playing up top for them. Here come the Lions. It's Batiste, it looks like. Whoops, one out wide. He will find Karan Warner. Warner trying to go out wide with that one towards Abbott, but didn't quite get the pass right. And Antoine can look to clear. It's a risky pass there. But it is dealt with for the moment by Francis, but straight back to Tyreek Lake, who finds Karan Warner. Warner has a drive at goal, but it goes wide of the target.
Karan Warner, I think he needs to temper his shooting at goal. Because just now there was men in the middle, but he elected to have a shot on goal, not certain sure if he's going to beat Lawrence from the et al.
I must say that I was confused as to when I was reading up the Roaring Lions lineup. I didn't see Karan Warner listed as a starter, so took a bit of digging and research to figure out who was playing at right back for them until we saw him turn and find that he was actually starting as Rogers puts a shot over the top. Even when I was in here getting a sneak peek at their pre-game conversation, I don't think Karan was listed amongst these starters.
And they've got two players there who really love to shoot the ball at goal on first instance, and that is something that they will have to taper the player there in Kadim. Just now again, that ball should have been crossing in for Oliver Walker, but he elected to shoot at goal again from an angle, and not good thinking at all there by the young man.
What I can say from the Lions' perspective is with the amount of injuries they have, as Jelly tries to catch the goalkeeper in Lawrence off his line, but unable to do so.
And I think Walker gets very, very annoyed because he presents himself and they don't use him as they are to use him, and at times he gets very, very upset. He gets very, very annoyed because these guys not playing the way how they really are to play in terms of stringing and knocking the passes as well. They would have had quite a number of the Kicks. They're only playing with what, 8 men?
Just 8 for the moment.
Right, so you're 3 man down, right? If you're playing with 11 players, you should be dominating position constantly.
So when I was calling out how I thought they lined up, I did mention Javon Duncan, but right now I'm not even seeing him on the field. I don't think I'm seeing the man in Duncan at all. As here comes Karan Warner. Warner forward to Abbott. Jaden Abbott turns inside to Batiste. Batiste back to Abbott. This is good build-up play. Abbott whips a ball across to the back post to Rogers, who takes it down, lays it off to Capel. Batiste, who has an effort, and Lawrence deals with it.
That looks like is that thing who shot the ball just a while ago? Richardson.
Will be out wide now with Keon Lee. Lee goes back inside to Batiste. Now back to Lee. He gets the ball back now. Lee using his pace. Lee down the byline. Still Lee. Lee cuts this one back. And he took a bit too long to get the shot off there.
No, that time he should have been shooting one time there.
This one is with Keanu. It was with Tyreek Lake a bit earlier. As he tries to slide one through the Keanu. All the way back with Brooks Bell. Now Abbott. Abbott forward to Batiste. Batiste cuts one back. Oh, that was close to being an own goal, but it was hit straight. Thankfully, at goalkeeper Lawrence.
Yeah. But certainly the kicks would not make it easy for the Roaring Lions at all. Even though they are playing with 3 men down, they will make it very, very difficult for the Roaring Lions here today. The Roaring Lions will certainly need to be a lot more circumspect and smart with their passes.
Here's Capel Batiste. Brilliant ball out wide to Abbott. Abbott chips one high into the area. Back to Abbott now. He turns and he will find the boot of Karan Warner, as Warner will whip one across the box that Lawrence will collect, as now is St. Javon Duncan making his way onto the field of play. As we're seeing the man Junior, Simon Anthony directing traffic up there. A leader on this Kicks United side, been around for a number of years, the man Junior. And one of the few stalwarts still holding on for the Kicks. One of the few veterans still holding on. Likes of himself and Reuven and Khalifa Francis. And of course the big man in Mali. Just holding down the fort. Trying to survive this season. As they're breaking forward. Chipped over the top to Javon Duncan. And he couldn't get that one down. And Kareem Burris will fall onto it.
I must say though, the young variant, he has looked very impressive. Really looked sharp, looked strong, and is really looking good on the touches that he would have picked up so far.
He would have hoped that he could get on the ball a bit more. Again, when you're playing with so many players down, it's difficult to really. As it will be a foul and a free kick to the Kicks United. It is a man Rouse in the middle for this one. He has Fleming here as an assistant referee on the near side, and Millington, I believe, the AR over on the far side.
Yeah, almost like he is doing more refereeing than commentating now.
Free kick. Mali is the man over this one. He will chip it forward. It's a good ball forward as well. Dealt with there by Brooks Bell. Lee. Rogers. Former Kicks United player, Kadeem Rogers. He's going to cut this one inside. As Walker finds Batiste, who finds Abbott. Abbott trying to go down the outside. Abbott tries to whip one in. Good defending being done there by Antoine. It's out of touch for a corner kick.
Yeah, really good defending there by Antoine J, trying to squeeze that one across. It's going to be a throw-in, it looks like. Yeah.
So it did go in just in front of the corner flag. Again, even better defending from Antoine. As Warner chips one across again that Lawrence will deal with. And Warner and Walker not on the same page thus far. And we can see Coach Nico, he's trying to get his guys on song, as it is still goalless after 12 minutes.
Yes.
Lake. As here comes Varian Carty. But it's him alone up against about 6 Lions defenders. Abbott. Walker. Batiste. Warner. Back to Batiste now. Batiste to Abbott. Abbott flips one inside to Tyreek Lake, who's trying to drive through, but well defended there by Francis. It's out of touch. And this time it will be a corner.
Yes, so kicks holding steady so far. And looking good defending as well, not giving anything away. Making sure they close up the seams and challenging whenever possible.
It's not a good corner, but Marvin picks it up. Whips one over the top. Good ball there towards Walker. And Lawrence was off his line quickly.
It's good goalkeeping there from Lawrence. And really coming. And
As he's driving forward now. Trying to find space out there. Unable to do so, but wins a throw in. Lee takes a throw in. The ball now finds Tariq Lake to Batiste. Batiste out wide to Warner. Warner. Walker. And he just volleys it out to play.
Tariq is saying, what kind of pass is that? I'm right in front of you. You should have given me that one, and not a good pass at all. Not a good option, actually. And I'm getting thrown off by the whistle over on the softball court, the volleyball court.
I keep looking up saying, what is Rose blowing for? But in fact, it's not Rose blowing. It's the volleyball court over on the James Ronald Webster Park that in fact has the whistle blowing. Throw into the kicks. All chipped inside as this time that's Rose's whistle. And it's a free kick to the Lions. Varian protesting his innocence, but the decision has already been made.
Yeah, it's not actually having possession, but shielding, moving Lake out the way.
Here's Lake to Marvin. Now Lee. Rogers turning. Rogers whipping one in towards Walker, who had some company there on the defensive front. It's back with the Roaring Lions once again. Ball chipped in there, but blocked. And it will be picked up by the... No, it will run out of touch, in fact. It will be a goal kick.
Doc, one of the frustrating thing is that when you have the numbers on your side and you find you can't break a team with least amount of players as you can, get very frustrating. And here's Rogers again, kicking again. It's like he has the license to shoot from anywhere at any particular point in time.
It looks good when it comes off. When it doesn't look good.
So true.
Have been in a situation a number of occasions. A young player coming in to a team that's already settled in their ways of dominance and trying to make your impression to maintain your spot in the starting 11. You become a bit over anxious as it's with Batiste, Abbott, Warner. Richardson trying to go forward to Rogers, whose touch betrayed him on that occasion. As Malley chips it forward towards Duncan, but he has the speedy Marvin Erskine for company. Duncan loses possession. Lee. And eventually it will be whipped out wide to Warner. Warner. Abbott. Abbott has runners. Instead of ups to run himself. Now Batiste, the veteran Batiste. To the youngster and Warner. And I think that will be a foul. Yes, it is a foul. And the free kick the way of the Roaring Lions.
Yes.
Into the 18th minute of play, it's still goalless as Kaini Brooks Bell make his way over to take this free kick. Brooks Bell chips one towards the back post, and Lawrence deals with it.
Certainly too close to Lawrence. Lawrence is very, very good in the air. Those floating services is certainly not going to beat him at all.
I was just going to make that point. It will better serve the Lions to whip them in with a bit more pace on them. As floating it up like there to a tall man like Lawrence who's good in the air, it will not work well as the ball is a tackle out of touch, and it will result in a goal kick.
Yes, certainly. Kian, if it was a little bit more experience, would have read that one, because Ruben is certainly coming to try to tackle, and there's no way if you put your foot to that ball that you'll get it for a corner kick. So he should have just skipped and probably get a throw at the close at the corner flag, or even a corner.
Lawrence takes a kick, looking towards Varian, but Baptiste will find Abbott, who goes all the way over towards Keon Lee, as Anthony Arias, who's deputizing at right back today, will give away the throw-in. Kicks United having just 9 players on the field on this occasion, and they are holding their own thus far.
Yes, into the 20th minute. Been very good so far.
It's a good fake there. Rogers. And Arias does well as he's driving forward now, breaking away at pace. Baptiste goes further back to Brooks Bell. Baptiste once again. Again to Brooks Bell. Now Warner. Gets the 1-2 there. Goes inside to Baptiste, who skips over it, but him and Walker weren't on the same page. Warner misses the control, but gets the throw in. I must say that I do feel that while they've played well, the Lions, they are relying a bit too much creatively on the legs of Capel Baptiste. While he still has the brain, the legs may not be where they used to be, and one man they are certainly missing that they've had in previous seasons is Aiden Scipio.
Yeah, certainly one of the better offensive players. Very, very good handball as well. And it helped both him and Jermaine Hughes. They were very integral cogs in the...
Batista, brilliant ball there, but I think the touch from Rogers was a bit behind himself. Chance for him to break now. Varian was trying to poke it through towards Duncan, but he will win a free kick.
Yes, and Marvin will certainly need to be a lot more smarter than that. He needs to say to Varian, okay, I am going to send you. You want to pass me? Go left. You can't be so wide open in your stance, because then you give him a lot more options on either side of the divide. You have to send him, I want you to go this way. I'm going to send you into the defender that's supporting me as well. And on that occasion, definitely had to foul the gentleman, the youngster.
Free kick taken. It's a good ball in there, but nobody was really reading that one at the back post. And the Lions can break away at pace. They have pace there in Warner, who's going to slow it down, wait for a bit of support. Finds support now in Baptiste, who goes through towards Walker, who can't get there ahead of the speedy man, Jelani Lawrence. This throw will find the boot of Varian Carter, who's done very well. Feeds it through towards Junior Anthony. Junior's chugging. He will get there. Keeps it in play. Junior tries to whip this one in. It's blocked out for a throw-in.
It's good pass there by Varian, finding the junior and finding open space and acres of space for junior to run into.
Here come the Lions once again. It's Lake to Batiste. Batiste out wide to Rogers. Rogers finds Walker was running and offside is the call and signaled by the AR on the near side and Fleming.
Certainly have to see that one. It doesn't certainly look so at all. Doesn't look offside to me at all. Walker was running two players running through there, but the AR is down there, and while he's straighter than I am, I guess he could probably still see better than we up here.
The eyesight is already not the best for me, much less from this vantage point, so it would be very difficult for me to make a call from up here. But it will be a free kick to the Kicks United. Jelani Lawrence, the man, take this one, the goalkeeper. Lawrence, a veteran in his own right. Into his late 30s now, I do believe, the man Jelani Lawrence, and still moving as agile as ever.
Yes, certainly.
Not slowing down in any way. Still the same keeper he was 10 years ago when he was 28. Oh, now it's Abbott. Batiste. Back to Abbott once again. Abbott down the outside. Abbott getting inside now. Up against Antoine there. And Antoine did wonderfully well.
I think Abbott missed the trick as soon as he got around Abbott. That ball should have been on a cross face of goal, trying to eke out more space to get closer to the goalkeeper. Was certainly closed out there by the two defenders there in Francis and Duncan. Good defending.
Kick taken by Lawrence. Good one-touch passing out wide to Keon Lee now. Lee. Batiste trying to find space, wiggling around Batiste. Abbott now. Jaden Abbott has a hit. That is straight at Lawrence. And again, one thing Walker does a lot is he throws up his hands in frustration.
Yeah.
He always wants the ball. It's a sign of a very good striker. A man who always wants the ball.
I don't think the Roaring Lions really use him as well as they should. They are looking to pull off that spectacular shot as opposed to with a few the likes of Tyreek. He tries to make the good pass as much as possible and link as opposed to some of the other players who are looking for that heroic shot.
It will be interesting to see how the Roaring Lions line up, especially in midfield when Jermaine Hughes is back. And back amongst the setup, we know that there's a good ball here to Tyreek Lake. Lake lining up an effort. It's not clear just yet and eventually clear. But we know one thing that the Lions do have is they have a very good depth in midfield. Keon Lee has been playing midfield a lot as of a recent. You know, Kenny Brooks-Bell is a good midfielder. They have Capel Batiso still there. They have now brought back in Keanu Richardson. They have Tyreek Lake as well. All good midfielders, as he has Abbott now. Abbott lays it off to the aforementioned Lake. And it will be interesting to see which three they choose to pick on any given day. Will Keon Lee be playing at fullback a lot more often now? We'll have to wait and see. Does Brooks-Bell get a lot more reps at fullback as well? They try and get all these creative players into the side. Will they opt to shoehorn guys in or play guys according to the position that will best suit them? Again, so many questions, so little answers at the moment.
Look at Karen Warner there. Junior is baiting him to play the ball. as the ball is not running outside and he's not making an effort to play the ball at all. A couple of things I see here. It's almost like they're saying, well, Varian got few skills, so we're not going to go too close him. We're going to give him space, and that is exactly what he wants. So if I was playing there, I would have certainly marked him a lot closer and make him try to play quicker.
As here's Abbott who chips one across
It's a
behind the
poor
goal.
cross again.
It will be a goal kick.
I think they saw that the young man has some skills and what in Varian, and what they're trying to do is they're afraid to get beat, so they're stepping back and giving him that additional space to play. You're closing down early.
Junior towards Varian Carty, using his body well. Varian looking for a pass, doesn't quite have it, but wins a free kick. It looked like a shove there from Tyreek Lake. Referee Rouse will say free kick.
Yeah, certainly again. And look at that. He's shielding Tariq out. So there's no way Tariq can get the ball from behind. So in other words, what Jay should have done is close that gap quickly.
Throw into the Kicks United as the man Mali. He's had a good game in at CDM thus far. We know him to be one of the best strikers in the league.
Yes, well, just pulling back a little bit further back towards.
Oh, that's risky. Here's Junior. Junior whips one across the face of goal, and Duncan wasn't too far away from getting there. But now the Lions can break away at pace, and there is pace in Keon Lee, who tries to find Rogers, but Anthony Arias reads it. Mali.
Poor pass from Keon. That ball should have came a lot earlier.
Batiste. Still Batiste now. We'll find Abbott with a brilliant control. Now it's with, is that Oliver Walker who's dropped deep? I'll say Walker, he's dropped all the way deep down to midfielder trying to get onto the ball. As Marvin picks it up. Out wide with Lee. As it's a chance for the Lions to try and create something. We've had a half hour without a goal thus far. Batiste has his pass cut out with the back heel. Just booted forward. We'll find Varian Carty now. Varian tries the back heel. That's one there. Abbott picks it up again. And play will be stopped for the free kick.
It's certainly an infringement there on the part of Junior.
Keeney Brooks Bell will be the man to take the free kick quickly. Batiste. Warner. Now Batiste trying to slide through. He goes down. He is clipped. And it will be a free kick right on the edge of the area.
Risky foul there by Duncan. But had to really make the move as well. Because had Capel gotten through there, it could have spelled some danger for the defense and the goalkeeper, Dane Lawrence, in the kicks goal.
Just one man in the wall. And what you call that an attacker's foul. Duncan is a striker. Doesn't quite have the art of tackling down. Batiste. This one is headed clear. Only as far as the edge of the area. Back to Batiste now. Batiste goes further back to Tyreek Lake. Now Lake will find Warner. Lee. Batiste. That's Keanu in there. Walker. They are knocking the ball around, but again, as It's a chance to chip one in there. It's cleared eventually. And very similar to the game we saw previously with the Little Soldiers. They had a lot of possession in that area, but haven't created anything. I don't think Lawrence has really had to make a proper save. As Varian, he's still just pretty much having a field day up there. As it is him alone. Pretty much him and Duncan against about 6 or 7 Lions defenders.
Yes.
But he's being a lot of fouls, a lot of free kicks.
Yes, they're playing right into his hands because they're allowing him to get the ball. They're allowing him to get the ball often. And I'm
He
saying,
shouldn't be getting the ball into feet against that many defenders.
yeah, you have 2 men. You have 2 men advantage. Somebody should be picking him up on every occasion.
Oh, brilliant ball through there towards Antoine. Antoine stays on his feet. Antoine into the area. Antoine cuts one back. And the referee will call it back for the free kick. And this is certainly a chance. As I think that the kicks would be better advised to send the Khalifa Francis forward. And I think they may have heard me because now Reuven is dropping back and Francis, the taller man, is going forward. And would it not just be ironic for the kicks to score with just, 8-9 men on the field?
Interesting.
It would fit so perfectly into the storyline of this
Yes.
historic rivalry.
Yes, certainly.
Free kick. Whipped in. It's a dangerous ball in, but it is cleared now. Baptiste. Still Baptiste. Opts to go out wide to Abbott. Chips it back to Baptiste. Baptiste back to Abbott. This is good play. They're breaking away at pace, the Lions. He cuts inside Abbott. He will find Keanu Richardson. Tries to go forward, but no one was making the run he did anticipate.
They run out of ideas there. They don't have good decision makers there with the ball at all yet.
Marvin. Richardson.
It's almost like they've gone to a flat back 3 now. Marvin is wide out on in Keon's position actually.
So Lee has pushed further forward. They've gone with Warner, Brooks, Bell, and Marvin pretty much at the back on attack, with Lee pushing forward into more of a left midfield role, and Kareem Rogers coming centrally into the midfield. As it is with Tyreek Lake, who finds Abbott. Abbott driving. Abbott back inside to Baptiste. Baptiste ran out of room. He was swarmed there, and Reuven could clear. Antoine. And he's trying to turn out there is a variant, but can't quite do so. As a man is still down, it's going to be stopped eventually now as Junior is down for the Kicks United.
I thought Capel had a chance to shoot at goal, but looked as though he was trying to maybe get better control of the ball before he pulls the trigger, and was really snuffed out there by some stout defending by the Kicks United. We really need some creativity, especially right on the edge of the arc there for the Roaring Lions, more so in the middle of the attacking third, to really unlock, to break the lock that has been put up there by the Kicks United.
That's exactly where Aiden Scipio was so dangerous. That creative player right on the edge of the area. There are times when the Lions couldn't even find a way to get a chance for a shot at goal. Oh, that's a brilliant effort. Goal. Right into the top corner. And as I was saying, the creativity from the edge of the area. He said, no, I will finish from the edge of the area. 1-0 to the Lions.
And I spoke to you about one of the players who I'm very much impressed with in that of Tariq. Just his level-headedness of how he plays the football. Good move from Keon down the wing. Saw Tariq on just outside there, just looking in the 18 yards box. Tariq picked it up and just shifted the defender and coolly slotted it in powerfully. Even though it was coolly slotted, it was kicked with some great power. Good goal there to the young man, Tariq.
It was an arrow there straight into the top corner. It was like it was on a frozen rope, just destined for that top 4 corner. Nothing Lawrence could do. Here comes Varian Carty now. Varian with Karan for company. Varian driving. Varian into the area. Varian cuts inside. It's still with Varian now. And eventually it's taken off of his boot.
And again, look at the space Karan is giving him. He's just saying, okay, run up the wing. You got to close him.
Batiste. And as I was just saying, when the Lions had Scipio at their disposal, there were times that they couldn't even fit the man Oliver Walker into the starting 11. And it became a selection headache, really, because they had so much creativity and no one to finish it, but they couldn't find a slot for Oliver Walker. It came to a point where Scipio had to play off the wing to get both Batiste and Walker into the 11 with him. And that is definitely a good problem to have if you're a coach, to try and balance your creative output
certainly.
with the finishing. It is 1-0 goal coming in the 35th minute of play off the boot of Tyreek Lake. A good finish from the edge of the area. And the Kicks United, they are 2 men down, but they are only a goal down. It's been a stout defensive performance by them thus far. Duncan. Francis. Just lumps it back upfield. Warner. Brooks Bell gets that one horribly wrong. It will be out for a kicks throw.
Certainly a poor touch there by Brooks Bell.
Kick certainly taking the time, as Rouse is telling him to hurry it along. They want to get this game going. Antoine goes in towards Duncan. Out of touch once again. It will be another kicks throw.
I must say, really kudos to Kicks. They're playing with 2 men short and has really put up a good showing here. And I'm thinking if they can't get that for the entire rest of the season, because they have really put up a good showing here this evening. It's good to see the young man Varian. I'm not too sure how much running he has in those legs.
Oh, wonderful ball. Batiste. His legs betrayed him there. Just slipped at the crucial moment, the vital moment. So Tyreek Lake. Lake forward to Walker. Walker lays this one off to Lake. Goes out wide to Kadeem Rogers. Rogers inside, twisting and turning, but not being able to get past Reuven there. Moving back to Lawrence, who puts this one high and long, looking for Duncan. Good ball out wide to Jaden Abbott. Abbott, Walker. He has some company in Francis. As looks like Walker throws himself to the ground. Very dramatic there from Oliver Walker. And Rouse was having none of it. Lake. Batiste. Rogers. Rogers still looking for an effort. Block. Still Rogers. Rogers can't get the ball in.
Doc, I'm thinking maybe Rogers should switch sides with Jay, and because he's looking for the shot on the left foot. And if you notice, playing on that side is actually taking him away from the goal. And I would think he will better serve to be playing more on the right side where he cuts in and he can get that shot off.
But We know that when the man Jelly is in the side, the man J plays off the left and Jelly plays on the right wing. As but I do think that the thinking from Coach Nico is that we have a tall physical striker who can head the ball very well. We want to use him, so let's put our left footer on the left hand side to cross the ball in. But in actuality, Kadeem Rogers isn't looking for the cross, as the man was just cleared out there, and immediately the medics are called.
Yes,
The Griffiths
certainly.
and his crew, as well as Duncan, the Lions medic, are coming onto the field of play,
Yeah,
even before
almost
the official is on the
instantaneously,
field.
yes.
It is 1-0 here in the 43rd minute of play. Goal coming out of the boot of Tyreek Lake in the 35th minute of play. If you are just joining us, and the man is being sent to warm up, it looks like Mighty, maybe the man who's getting warm right now. Mighty defender by trade.
Probably maybe got his wind knocked out of him. Um, those are not good feelings at all, Doc. I remember playing for the Rowan Lions. I think we were playing against a team called Cool Runnings. It was a team that plays in the neon and black Cool Runnings, and I got I got a knock in my ribs, and it just knocked that wind out of me. It's almost like I was gasping for breath as if I was dying. That's certainly not a good feeling at all.
It's definitely not a good
Yes.
feeling. I remember playing against Aurelia Kelly Primary School and having a ball smacked right under my rib cage, right into that area there. And it was so difficult to get your breath back.
Yeah, it's really.
As you know, all of those old school teams, some of the original teams here in the AFL, the aforementioned Cool Runnings. We also had the Lions, who've been around for a number of years. The Spartans were around from the start. We even had
Yes, and I must say, big up to the man Winston, because he has been going back to the archives and really digging up the names of the old teams,
That's
and
exactly what I've gone to look for
yes,
from Winston himself.
yes. I'm still working on some names for him for some of the team that I captain and managed in the early days before I left to join the Roaring Lions. So it's really not missing any football. Kaini, Brooks Bell. We're just picking up a knock and getting his stuffing knocked out of him, really. And it's still 1-0 in favor of the Roaring Lions. A goal scored by charismatic man there in Tariq Lake. Really.
I know that they had some other teams, and their teams like the Mr. Cool Attack. We had the Caribbean All Stars, the Rebels, as we'll see 2 minutes of added time. We had the JT Stars, the Police, the Roaring Lions, the Spartans, and the Upfront Strikers.
Yes.
A number of those old teams there.
Yes.
Just a look back at the history, down in the archives of football in Anguilla. Here's Abbott. Abbott. Still Abbott now. He goes all the way back to Batiste. No, that's Richardson. Now out wide now with Lee. Lee chipping one high and headed clear. Lake will go back now and we'll find Kieran Warner. Warner to Lake. Lake now Richardson. Lee. Batiste. But he's trying to drive one through, but read by Reuven. Oh, but a tussle there, and the ball has been given away for the moment. Eventually, the kicks can clear. This is good dribbling as well. He will send it through to Javon Duncan. And Marvin is looking for the offside. He will get the offside.
Yes, and
And we can hear
certainly
that
outside.
that lone soldier for the kicks. He's been there through it all. The man with the horn.
Yes, the
Haven't heard
man.
the horn for the day just yet.
He's
We
probably-
can hear his voiceover on the top left of the stadium bellowing it out. He's not offside.
I guess he's probably saying he wasn't so sure probably whether his team was going to show up this evening, so he neglected not to walk with the hand. But really, a really, ardent supporter of the Kicks United, through thick or thin. He has really supported them, yes.
He's always there, and I think thankfully for the Lions that whistle was blown because the header was botched and Duncan would have been in. But it is halftime here.
There's a horn.
Well, the horn is there. The horn is there. He did walk with it. And it has blown out. It's blowing loud and strong as ever. It is halftime here at the REGTC. And after 48 minutes of football, it's the Roaring Lions 1 and the 9-man Kicks United still goalless. The Lions have not had their best performance, but they are in the lead and getting the job done. While for the Kicks, the D-man, the Kicks, the team, they are not what they used to be. They are fighting and fighting hard, and in this rivalry, they are playing for pride, playing for the badge on the front of the shirt, and they would look to get themselves back onto level terms.
Yes, certainly. I want to really give the Kicks credit for really holding the Lions at bay. Just one goal, and we'll see what they have in store for them. I must say as well, good showing from the player there in the young variant. Carty has come back from the US and really played well. But we'll take you to Master Control, and then in about 15 minutes, we'll come back for another exciting half of football. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back to this exciting match here between the Kicks United, and I'm seeing 2, 4, 6, 8. There's still the 9 players out there for Kicks United, Doc. As I say, welcome back, and we are in for really good, exciting second half here this evening in this evening nightcap. And I'm certainly sure that the Roaring Lions, they'll be looking to increase their lead. The Kicks themselves will have other ideas. What we will see what unfolds for us in this 45 minutes.
I will say they actually have 10 guys on the field now, as the young man in Trevon Smith has made his way onto the field of play. So they seem to have the 4 defenders. They still have a 3-man. Oh, that's given away cheaply, and it's put wide. Oh, that's not good finishing there. That's really not good finishing. Looked like Kadeem Rogers, the man who couldn't put the shot on target.
On his strong foot there, Doc, and really not finishing as he really should have.
Given away cheaply. Walker goes back to Tyreek Lake. Now Warner. Abbott. Back to Warner. Warner. He goes further back now to Richardson. Warner once again. Richardson. Brooks Bell. Now Marvin Erskine. Keon Lee. Lee cutting inside. Lee finding Batiste. But he's having an effort. Look like it was blocked there and lumped forward.
Oh.
Only as far as Lake as a man has gone down. I think when he blocked it, he may have hit him in a very uncomfortable area. And the medic is coming out.
Yes, and that was a really powerful drive there from Batik. And is that Francis? Certainly looked like Francis would have gotten in the way of that one, and as great as and as sweet as this game of football is, sometimes, Doc, there's some much difficult knock that you can get, and tough, gritty pungs and so on you can get in this game of football, Doc. It's not for the faint of heart at all.
It's such a fleeting game, and just the slightest thing can go wrong, and all of a sudden your career has flashed before your eyes.
Yeah.
I've seen many occasions of it happening to many players. It's happened to myself as well.
Yep.
Having a promising career, one injury, and that's it. That's all.
Yes, I remember we were playing a game on the James Ronald Webster's Park. The usual Sunday run, it's exciting. Players up though, and it seems to be. Well, Francis is a very tough cookie, and so looks as though he will be able to continue. Let's see if Rose is gonna ask him to go off. Yes. But so far in this opening encounter, we have seen where 3 balls would have hit players in their face, on their bodies. The one with Oliver Walker, and the rebound that, what's his name, Kadeem, had an easy opportunity that he should have really buried after hitting the ball so powerfully on his left foot.
Francis is back on the field, but here's Keon Lee. Lee goes back, finds Rogers. Rogers on the left boot tries to cross one in there. Can't do so successfully, as the Lions have completely changed their attacking shape now. Instead of having the 2 center backs dropped deep, they now have just one of them, and Marvin has pushed forward just a bit. This one is forward to Batiste, who is not going to get through there. And I must say that I kind of question the Lions' attacking strategy, because what the Kicks have done since they are demanded is that they have packed the middle of the field. They've really tightened up the middle, and the Lions have tried their best to attack through the middle when they can use the flanks to their advantage. And if they were to use the flanks, it would draw out a bit more of that Kicks defense, and that would open up opportunities in the middle for them to exploit. As here's Tyreek Lake. Now Walker. Walker goes out wide to Warner. Again, his touch betrays him. Yeah, will go out of touch for a throw in the way of the Roaring Lions.
Yes. Looking to see how much legs Varian will have in this second half, because he really put a lot into the first half, running at defenders and chasing down balls as well.
As Lake finds Batiste. Batiste goes through to Abbott. Abbott dribbling. Abbott against Swarm. Back out with Batiste to Warner. Warner gives it away. I must say, I don't think Darren Carly has much of a choice as to how much legs he has, because they don't have any substitutes. They don't have a full 11, much less a substitute. They would have hoped that they could have turned to a few of their youngsters to fill in for this one, but not even them were available for this encounter. They do have a number of younger guys, as here comes the Lions once again. They have space out wide with Lee, who opts to go back to Tyreek Lake, the goal scorer. Rogers back out to Lee. Lee down the byline. Lee crosses one in. Won't get that one in there. Lawrence collects.
Yes.
I do have a number of youngsters. The Kicks United FC. The likes of the aforementioned Trevon Smith. They have Jaquan Parker, youngster Keyshawn Lake, Jerron Hodge, DeFari, and Delaney Francis. All youngsters that they would have looked to turn to, but right now they only have even the man Aaron Fleming, but they only have Trevon right now available to them. As here comes Duncan, who finds Varian. Varian can't get past Lee. Now Marvin. Lake. And him and Keanu aren't on the same page there. As Duncan trying to get through there. Duncan is going to get through. And he lets off a rather tame effort in the end. He had a lot more space and time than he actually realized.
Yes, and I'm trying to figure out the player Duncan is on the ground, but Brooks Bell still allows him to get through.
Marvin. I would say, would it not just be football if the Kicks were to come back and equalize this game? Lee. Lee is driving. All the while with Kareem Rogers, who cuts it back to Batiste. Batiste. Lining up an effort, Batiste. And it goes over.
Good idea. I was just not getting it to dip as quickly as he would have liked. But the idea was there and the effort as well.
It will be the goalkeeper Lawrence on the goal kick. As we have had 9 minutes played in this second half, it is still 1-0 in favor of the Roaring Lions. All in the 35th minute of play, scored by the man Tyreek Lake, who's certainly starting to look back like the Tyreek Lake of old, starting to control the game a lot more from midfield. As Mali chips it forward early, Brooksville wins the header. And it will find its way out wide to Karan Warner. Now Abbott. Batiste. That means this one across. It will now find Keanu Richardson. Keanu. He's very skillful as Keanu. Couldn't get his touch under control there. That's a great challenge. And I think I was fooled by the volleyball whistle because the players had stopped. And I thought the referee had stopped it for a foul.
I thought so myself too. Only to realize that that wasn't the case. A little bit sloppy there by Keanu. Had a lot of opportunity and lots of time and space. Elected to take the heavy touch, actually. And in an effort to win the ball back, had to at some point go through the ball along with the feet there of Marley. So he could have easily gone either way with that challenge there. We see the Mari is warming up. I'm not too sure who's gonna give way for him.
Mary Bryan, the man mighty. Maybe he'll be coming on to replace Karan Warner, a like for like switch at right back. Of course, Mighty, the more defensive option, and the more natural right back as well.
Yes.
Lee looking for an option for the throw in. He does have one waiting on him in Tyreek Lake, but he's still taking his time. And now goes down the line. Touch from Kadeem Rogers is not good. Out of touch. Throw into the kicks.
Oh, maybe they may look to switch. Maybe Kadeem with Karen, maybe.
All right, now looks like Kadeem has gone over to the other wing. He will collect the ball now, Kadeem. Looks like him and Jaden Abbott have switched wings.
Good ball there by Keanu, but poor control there by Kadeem again.
Good winning of the ball high up field. Abbott. Lake. Lee. Ball comes across now, and it's boosted up field. Marvin will run this one down. He's very fast as Marvin. Keeps it in play. Goes across to Brooks Bell. Brooks Bell, a utility man for the Roaring Lions. He's played at fullback, at centre back, and in midfield for them, even on the wing. He's played all over the pitch, wherever he's been needed by his team. Raising number 7 on his back. Not usually associated with defenders. But this is the second centre back I've seen wearing number 7. Along with Alric Rogers, of course, the Spartans FC captain. Both centre backs that are wearing number 7, as we're seeing finally some tension starting to flare. And a yellow card that will be issued to the Roaring Lions. It looks like Keanu Richardson, the man who got that yellow. That's the Lions and Kicks rivalry that I know. Every challenge is met with a stare down, met with a celebration, met with some words. Free kick to the Kicks.
So always Keanu was saying there, well, I was fouled first and the referee did not call. And hence, well, let's return the favor back. But again, we see in this half that Roaring Lions definitely has to start to think to get their creative juice flowing again, because they're not just going to score on Kicks United just like that.
Mali has a very hard hit at that one there. We know that if there's anyone who strikes a ball with any sort of ferocity or fury, it's Mali. Boy, does he have a powerful foot. Try to drive on them, maybe get a deflection towards the
Yes.
goal. But it was headed out. Now a kicks through. And Reuven, who has gone further forward, he is. It looks like Antoine is playing at centre back with Francis now. Still Arias at right back. And now it looks like Trevon Smith has gone into left back. And now Reuven is in the midfield with Mali. They have, it looks like, Junior's over on the right-hand side. Varian through the middle, and Duncan may be playing off the left. So a bit more structure to this kicks lineup now. Having 10 players. Khalifa Francis finds Reuven Richardson. And his pass is given away. Very unlike Reuven there. We know Reuven to be a very tidy player. As it's out wide with Warner. To Rogers. Good touch there by Rogers. Rogers passed one man. Took a bit too long to release the ball. And it is tackled out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, certainly took a little bit too long there trying to dribble past two men there and not being able to do so. Rogers will have to try to, change up his game just a little bit as opposed to be the one-dimensional player. So he'd have to be a lot more creative and a lot more deceptive with his play.
Shot coming in there. Actually move across. And he wasn't able to get that one to any of his teammates, out of touch for a goal kick.
Yes, and we see Coach Nico there. Something Walker is probably not too pleased about. And is just having a conversation with the coach there. Coach probably just tell him to just stick to the plan and let's see what we can make of it.
Here come the Kicks United. Ball over the top. Trying to use his pace, but can't get there. Out of touch for a kicks through. Again, it is still only 1-0. The game is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Certainly.
It is only 1-0.
Still a lot to play for in this game. Kicks United can still pull something out of this. And the Rowan Lions certainly will be daily saying, well, we don't want to lose this one at all. Having seen the way how the Limers have really handled the Ducks United, and both of those teams, Ducks United, they still have the salsa ballers to play. They still have the attackers to play. The Limers themselves has the Rowan Lions. I think they have not played the salsa ballers as yet either. Have they?
We'll check the schedule. I'll get that for you right now. The Roaring Lions, they still have, well, they're playing the Kicks United right now. They have the Limers to play. The Lions have not played the Limers just yet. And I don't think that they've played the Attackers yet either.
Yes, they have the.
I think that game was delayed when it was scheduled to be played on the 7th of May. So they still have the Attackers to play as well. That will be a very big game. Well, it is shaping up to be a very interesting top of the table, as we still have so many teams with chances and opportunities to really stake a claim at the title. The Limers, of course, are at the top of the table right now. They do have some good games for them coming up after the Lions. They have to play the Predators. And we know the Predators have not had a good season thus far, as Mighty they're coming onto the field of play in a moment, and it looks like he'll be replacing Jaden Abbott.
Yes, certainly. Jay has put in the shift, so
It looks like Warner maybe going on to the right wing, or will Mighty go over to the right wing?
it looks as though Mighty is onto the right wing, so maybe this is certainly something totally different that he's accustomed to.
I would think that with Warner being the more natural winger, they would use him over on the right wing and let Mighty play his natural position at right back. Seems more shoehorning than anything.
Yes.
But I think maybe the thinking by Coach Nico is that they want to get Warner more accustomed to playing at wing back. That maybe his role going forward. They want him playing at fullback, so they're not going to move him out of that position. Very similar to what they were doing with Keon Lee earlier. They want him to be a midfielder, so come hell or high water, he'll be playing in midfield. As it looked like a handball from Rogers, this was a handball by
very
Rogers.
Poor by Rogers. Very, very lackadaisical there. Controlling that one. Certainly not looked his best so far.
Good ball forward to Duncan. Duncan is in here. Javon Duncan can't get behind that one in time. And Boris came out to collect.
Really
but
good.
That was a glorious chance for Javon Duncan.
Yes, really good ball there by Marley.
Marley is so good at those long passes over the top. As here come the kicks again. It looks like Junior out there trying his best to manufacture something. As you can hear his ardent supporter, the Kicks ardent supporter out there begging for someone to come and help him. He does find help now, and he regains possession. It looks like Carty there. But eventually had too much work to do, couldn't quite do it as Marvin is breaking forward. That's like a brilliant challenge there from Anthony. Not something you see very often from Anthony, but a brilliant challenge. Marvin, Rogers, Lee, Walker. His pass is cut out. Reuven now goes back to goalkeeper in Lawrence. Mali. Now booted forward. He was looking for Varian Carty. But now it's with Keon Lee. Lake back to Lee. Batiste. Batiste will find Tyreek Lake. And the chance for the man to drive, and he's upended there. But looks like Keanu Richardson, is it? Yes, and he's already on a yellow card.
Yeah.
He's already on a yellow card as Keanu Richardson. He has to be careful. And I think Coach Nico is echoing what I did say. He has to be careful because he's already on a yellow.
Yes, certainly. Terry Rose is saying, did he play the ball actually? The follow through might have just pipped the player.
He has to be careful because I think the only reason he didn't get a yellow card there is because he's already on a yellow. As this one is driven back across goal, and Marvin almost put it into his own goal. But there was a man offside there. But it was good reactions by Boris because Marvin almost caused a catastrophe.
Yes, good reaction there, and some real poor defending there by the Rowan Lions defenders. Ball floating over there, finding the Kicks United players. Ball should be headed away from goal. Marvin and certainly Brooks Bell certainly playing too far apart. There is not enough talking and coverage supporting each other at all.
But one thing you know about Marvin is, in pretty much every game he plays, he always has a mistake in him. But he's so fast, and the shot will come in as it's blocked. He's so fast as he did have a hack at the ball, missed the ball, caught the player, give away a free kick.
Yeah, again, Kadim trying to pull the trigger from all over as we hear the super fan over there.
Oh, we love that super fan, don't we? You have to love the
Yes.
super fan. He's always good for some great banter. And even when his kicks aren't playing, when he's in the stadium, it's always good to just sit over on that side and listen to him chat.
Well, that's where the fall was. I thought the fall was a little
A bit
closer,
higher.
though.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it will be Batiste on this free kick, most likely. Walker just walks over for a chat and goes back. Now, a couple more guys stream forward. Marvin, as well as Keanu, I believe. It's Capel Batiste. We're about 23 yards out. Batiste has an efforted goal. Can't get the deep he wanted.
No,
It's a goal kick.
it's not the dip you wanted at all. The power was good, but just the height. No trouble in the goal there for Lawrence at all. I think those kicks would be better suited aiming for a corner, so to speak, as opposed to trying to beat the keeper straight down the middle.
Here comes the Kicks United with Duncan. Now, Varian, ball through, and luckily the touch took it away from the man streaming over on the far side, and Duncan, him and Anthony were screaming through, and the touch just took it towards goalkeeper Boris. Here comes Rogers. Rogers has Keanu Lee on the overlap. Lee gets past the man. Lee. That's a rather poor option there. Mali going long. Good touch there from Varian. And he's just...
Oh no!
It looked like he was muscled off the ball, but it will be a
No.
foul blown by referee
I
Rose.
think Rose give a Rose tried to make up the call. It looks like that was good shielding there by Tyreek. I think very really good shielding.
Mali will take this free kick. And floats it in, headed clear. Capel takes it down. And he's muscled off the ball. Antoine, and they're fighting. Still Antoine. Good challenge by Kadim Rogers. The pass is going to find Javon Duncan. Duncan was trying to make a 1-2 there with Junior.
It's really good, intense stuff here from these two teams. You would want to believe that the Kicks United is a team that would have forfeited a game already for the season. That they have really came out here and playing some stout football.
Shot comes in. Ooh, not too far away there.
It's a good effort.
Well, I must say the Kicks, they are fighting and fighting well, as the number 29 for the Roaring Lions. Looks like the young man. I think it's is it? I
Yes.
think it's Dalik Moore,
Yes,
the young
yes,
man,
Dali.
who's getting warm for them. Moore will be making his first appearance of the season. And it's a big game to come into. A game that is well balanced. It's only 1-0.
Yes, yes.
I think they may try to bring him in to provide more control in the midfield, maybe to replace Keanu Richardson, as Keanu is on a yellow card and he's still a bit zesty in the challenges.
Possibly. That could be a tactical move. probably be looking for Keanu for the next match as well.
But if you were being tactical and you wanted to get a more experienced person in there, you have Keon Woodley on the bench. Woodley, we know he started most of the season for the Lions at fullback, and Keon Lee isn't playing in midfield. So if you want to get Keanu out, how about moving Keon Lee back into midfield and letting Woodley play at left back?
Well, maybe they're thinking that with Mighty out there as well, they can easily make the transition with bringing him back and allowing, yeah. So it
They have options.
either way, yes.
They do have options. As I was speaking about Keon Woodley, and Woodley is going to warm up. They are thinking tactically, are these experienced Lions coaches, both Nico and Fishy, very experienced coaches. The Kicks United, unfortunately, they don't have a coach right now. You know, Herman Rogers has been filling in from time to time, but not always available. As it's going to be a Lake. Now Batiste. Batiste. Out wide. Mighty. Gets past one man, drifting into the box now. Losing possession for the moment, but regains it. And he goes all the way back with Richardson. That's a good ball over the top to Oliver Walker. Couldn't get his touch under control there. Forced to go back to Keon Lee. Lee gets past the man a bit easily there. And Lee puts the ball across. That will be collected by Jelani Lawrence. Into the 77th minute of play, it is still 1-0 for the Roaring Lions. Must say it has not been the most intense of games thus far. It's been played rather, it's been nice. That's the best way you can describe it. It's been a nice game. They've played very respectfully with each other, not something that you would associate with a Lions Kicks game. You know, back in the day, this game couldn't have been played without a fight popping off. Oh, that's risky there from Jelani Lawrence coming out and completely whiffing as Batiste takes it down. He finds Richardson. Richardson once again is muscled off the ball, but muscled off the ball illegally. It's a free kick to the Roaring Lions.
Well, that's a finger touch away from the chest or the head of Oliver Walker there, who must have thought, well, yes, I'm in business now. But just that little deflection was able to allow the ball to be deflected away from the onrushing Walker, who was really waiting and chomping at the bit to really put ball in the back of the net.
He would want to get a goal, Oliver Walker. I think he has 5 for the season. But it will be Batiste on this free kick. Lake is around it as well. Lake has the hit. His goes even higher than Batiste's did the last time.
Again, the power is there, but the height is just not right. Not getting the ball to dip. Saying,
I think we will be seeing Dalik coming onto the field of play momentarily. He's getting some final instructions from his 2 coaches.
Good to see these youngsters coming from the under 17 tournament. There is, I think, there's another Rogers brother there as well.
There's Hakeem Rogers.
Yes.
They have young Hakeem Rogers. He just won Best Defender for the under 17 tournament. Out wide to Keon Lee. Lee. He goes short to Tyreek Lake. Lake has Richardson. Richardson. That's a good ball through, but the man is offside.
Right. One of the few occasions that you see Walker would have gotten a threaded pass through, but just a little too far forward, offside.
We are seeing as The under 17 tournament has drawn to a close. A number of these younger fellas are moving on up to the big leagues. We saw for the Diamonds FC a couple nights ago. They did have guys like Fidel and Brooks making their debut in the AFL. Even guys like Kevin Paul seeing more regular minutes now in the Football League, as they did make the tactical change that we expected. Mighty has gone back to right back now,
Yes.
and Warner's over on the wing. Here is the aforementioned Warner. Again, the whistle's a bit confusing.
Yes.
It just happens to blow at some inopportune times. Anytime there seems to be contact over here, the whistle blows over on the volleyball court. As it's with Marvin Erskine, who does well. Now out wide with Brooks Bell. Now with Kieran Warner. Lake. And Richardson will find Lee. Lee. He has space to drive. Lee to Batiste. Try to go back to Lee. It will find him now. Lee to Batiste, who turns. Batiste, a clever ball through to Lee, who finds Walker. Walker runs out of room initially, and it will be booted high and headed clear by Reuven.
Why is Kieran still doing all the way out there? He should be in the box. Wasn't in the box.
Varian looking for help. Can't find it. Goes down in pain. But there's a chance for Keanu to drive. Now Batiste. Batiste to Lee. One time pass inside to Lake. They're all sitting back. Lake is driving forward. Lake passed one a bit too easily. As the ball will be put out of play now by the Lions. And a good show of sportsmanship as a man has gone down in Varian Carty. And we will be seeing a substitution as Dalik Moore. He'll be coming in and replacing Kieran Warner, actually. He's a midfielder by trade, but he's replacing a winger. We'd like to see what is done with him, where he is placed. But Warner is out for more. Waiting to see when we will see, or if we will see, Keon Woodley. Looks like Moore has gone over to the right-hand side.
Yes. Maybe a young Varian Carty. Probably maybe just some cramp there. He's been really motoring along and has really put in a good shift here for his team. Maybe with a little bit more help, probably would have gotten more to show for his efforts here in this encounter. I am very impressed with the young man. Don't have big, strong legs at all, but shields the ball very well and uses his size as well as he can from what we have seen.
We will be seeing Keon Woodley as kicks just do the right thing and throw it back to the Roaring Lions. That's a good show of sportsmanship. Not something that we often see here between these two sides.
I don't know. That's a cheap shot there by Junior. All the way back in the defense.
Let's just say he could have thrown it to his own teammate. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Here come the Lions. As Lee will pick this one up out wide. Lee. As the Lions will recycle possession with Marvin. Marvin finds Tyreek Lake. Rogers to Lee. Lee down the byline. Goes down. Looked like a dive. It will be a goal kick. As the number 27 and Kadeem Rogers is being replaced by Woodley. So it looks like Lions are just going to shut up shop right now.
Yeah, basically saying doesn't appear as if we'll get another goal here today because likes of Walker would have played almost the full 90 minutes, and I have not seen him had a shot and goal so far.
It looks
For
like,
the entire duration of this match.
will it be Woodley playing on the left wing? Or will Lee go to the left wing? I know we've seen Lee play over on the left wing for the Lions. But there's Woodley. Goes back to Lee. Lee. Still Lee. Lee still trying to drive this possessed. And Reuben will lose possession high upfield. Tyreek gonna tussle there with Varian Carty, and Varian does well. And he just boots it out of play. Those are some tired legs there. Because, maybe 40 minutes earlier, Varian was driving upfield with that one.
Yes. Maybe just saying, let's keep it as one goal.
I must say, can't quite blame them. It's been a good performance by the Kicks United. The Lions have not really played up to their potential. They've knocked around the ball, I must say. They've controlled the possession. But in terms of finding a goal, as here comes Oliver Walker, who will go down. And he's furious with referee Rouse. He wanted the penalty there. He will not get it.
Certainly have to have a look at that one again, Doc, because that one looked close.
Well, I don't like to judge, but when I don't know, I have to go with what the referee saw, and the referee saw that it was not a penalty. So it will remain 1-0 here into the 87th minute of play. Tyreek Lake, the difference between these two sides. As the referee wants a throw taken from a lot further up. He will have some running to do to get to where the throw needs to be taken. He's had to travel about 40 yards upfield to get into the proper position for the throw-in. He regains possession. Looking for the 1-2. Now Batiste finds a man who's popped out wide, and it looks like Dalik Moore, who's trying to slide one through there, unable to do so. And Marvin will pick up possession now. Marvin finds Batiste. Richardson. Woodley. Woodley to Walker. Now Lee. Lee. Richardson. Mighty. Further while with Dalik Moore. He goes back to Mighty. Mighty will try to cross one and gets it wrong. And the kicks can look to clear. Only as far as Marvin. Lee. Lee trying to go inside. Has his pass blocked and out of touch for a throw-in. Voted upfield. Marvin can't keep it in play. Kicks through. Now, would it not just be football for kicks to come back and equalize in this game? Here comes Junior. He gets past one and is kicked out of touch for a throw-in.
Yes, throw-in. And
as even though they are down 1-0, the kicks, they still have 5. They have they have half of their players and more than half of their outfield players camped in their own half.
yes.
Just 4 players really making any sort of attacking threat. As that's a good turn there, but no one in the box to receive the cross. It will be a corner. And would it not just be football for kicks to go on and score?
Oh,
The big man in Mali is staying back for some reason.
he's got a good opportunity to really get on.
Reuven has gone forward as well. Now Mali is going forward just a bit into maybe driving range, Ball chipped in high. Boris spills! It's gone in! Is it not just football? Would it not just be football? It can only be football. The Kicks United have equalized. Can you believe it?
Well,
Rouse is going over to talk with his AR in Fleming for a potential foul. But would it not just be football? Could it not just be football? It is only football that a 10-man Kicks United could somehow find it in themselves to come up and put the ball in the back of the net. A game that should have been dead and buried about 20 minutes ago is now on level terms. But will the goal stand is the question. Rouse and Fleming are talking. We will have to see. Will the goal stand? This is a huge moment in this game, a huge moment in this season. Rouse says the goal stands. The Kicks United have pulled one out of the bag. What a way to cap off this weekend of football. Well, the Roaring Lions have been tamed for now, but we will have added time. We will have 4 minutes of added time, and what a 4 minutes this will be. And this is what happens when shutting up shop goes horribly wrong.
Well, how is a keeper who can use his hands cannot get to that ball? And if you ask me, you can say, well, the Kicks United deserve to get a point with the way how the Royal Lions would have played. Other than the brilliance of Tariq Lee, they have had a lot of possession and has not done anything.
They haven't had any shots. They've had so much possession as Woodley swings one in. But outside of the wild efforts from Kadeem Rogers, I can't really think of any other real shots they've had other than the goal from Tyreek Lake or the wild shots that didn't trouble Lawrence from Rogers.
Exactly. They have not done justice to this game at all. And they only have themselves to blame.
Only themselves to blame. They have not done justice to the amount of possession they have had. For all of the hard work, all of the knocking of the ball they've done, they've not been able to put it in. Lee spills it. It's out of touch. It's a Kicks throw. We're into the 93rd minute. Can the Kicks hang on?
How do you allow a Kicks player to get a corner so late in the game there?
So many questions, so little answers. As it's being held up by Varian, he will lose possession as Lake. He will find Lee. Lee in a tussle for the ball there. Lee to Baptiste. Baptiste trying to slide one across there. Good defending by Francis to get in there and make sure it's out of touch. Lions throw. 93 minutes played into the 94th. Seconds left on the clock. Just 40 seconds for the Lions to rescue something from this one. A game they should have easily won. They may lose because there's a man streaking forward. And the bounce took it away from him. He would have been all alone up against Kareem Burris. But the backspin took it away from him. But that's a good turn. He's driving forward, lays it off, trying to cross it in, unable to do so. Ball will go out of touch. It will be a goal, King. a goal kick. Lawrence will milk every second out of this one.
That should be it.
He is milking every possible second. The Kicks United are about to pull off something that nobody would have thought was possible when they started this game with 8 men against the defending champions. Lawrence boots it long. Duncan boots it further upfield. And the whistle did blow, but it is a free kick. There's so many balls trying to get onto the field, just trying to speed up the game of the Lions. Mali, he will just send this ball as far as he possibly can. Mali boots it long. We are into the 95th minute. We've had 95 minutes. The whistle has not gone yet. Referee Rose says he has seen enough. The Kicks United, the 10-man Kicks United, have somehow pulled a point out of this one. From a game they started with 8 men on the field, they have dragged themselves, they've defended stoutly, and they've gotten a point in a game that they should have lost a long time ago.
Yes, well, they certainly played well enough to have given themselves a point. Yes, the Roaring Lions, the defending champions, a bulk of the possession, but like I said, hardly had any shot on goal, and would only have themselves to blame having coming out of this game just scoring 1 goal. Be certainly not as creative as they could have been at all if it hadn't been for the brilliance actually of the man Tyreek Lake. They probably could have easily been losing this game. So it's very, very poor, very sloppy corner kick coming over, carrying in the goal. Should be able to use his hands as if looking for a bailout to say, well, okay, handball. Very difficult for the referee and the AI to see those kind of things.
We don't have any there was so many bodies in there. You wouldn't be able to see anything.
The goalkeeper in Karim, the defenders, the goalkeeper in Karim should be able to be getting a hand at the ball and allowing a foul to be called on him, not doing so, and in the end, really making a meal of things here at all. Very, very not good playing at all with all the possession they would have had. Only getting 1 goal. Just not ideal, absolutely.
There's so much frustration boiling over, but there's one man who I know for sure is happy, and it's that ardent kick support over there on the far side. You can hear him bellowing out. He's been bellowing since the final minute has gone. He's cheering on every single player who pulled on a Kicks jersey today.
My thing is, it appears as though that too many players of the Roaring Lions wants to do too much with the ball as opposed to just making simple and making the right passes. It's just not the ideal recipe that you would want to have in order for you to be very, very successful in your defense of the championship. So not as good as they could have been, even though they soaked up a lot of possession, not making use of it, not treading those passes as they needed to, and I guess equally deserve a 1-1-1.
Well, in a weekend where the Ducks slipped up and the Lions had a chance
to capitalize
on that slip up.
Yes,
they have been unable to do so. What an ending to our wonderful weekend of football. And it's the Roaring Lions unable to capitalize on all their possession, they will only end up with a draw in a game that they should have won a long time ago. Kudos to the Kicks United for a wonderful piece of defending, a masterclass in defending, I must say. They shut up shop for all the game, and as I said, would it not just be football for them to score at the final moment? And that is exactly what they were able to do. Well, that will be all for us here on this weekend, this wonderful weekend of football. And for Tony and all the AI Live crew, we will be saying good evening and good night on a wonderful weekend of footballing action.